Oh.
Turns, we're good to go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Eastern Regional Service Board meeting for January the 29th, 2025, meeting number 123. So thank you all for joining us. Online we have Tom Davis, Greg Drover, Glenn, and Sandy. So again, welcome guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I'll call this meeting to order. Adoption of the agenda. Be it resolved the agenda be adopted as tabled. So moved. Second by Larry. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Carried. Before we get into deep to the meeting, I would like to welcome MMSP Charles Bone to our meeting. He's a regular now. Thank you for coming. I know he's going to have some pearls of wisdom later on tonight. I think he has 7 or 8 pearls of wisdom. In that order. Yep. So, and I'd like to welcome Greg Nosey, Councillor for Ward 3 in the City of St. John's, to the Eastern Regional Service Board meeting. Welcome, Greg. You'll get a chance to introduce yourself at the end of the meeting. We usually do a go around and bring some pearls of wisdom to all the people out there watching, all 2 of them, and we'll carry on from there. Next up is the review of the minutes. I'm assuming everybody had a chance to read through. Any errors or omissions or changes? Hearing none, be resolved that the minutes from the November 27th, 2024 meeting be adopted as tabled. So moved. Second by Bill. All those in favor? Aye. Contrary? Carried. Next up, we have our committee reports. First up tonight is Councillor Hickman from the City of St. John's. Floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. Finance and Audit, meeting number 116, January 16th. Agenda item 4A1, Board Expenditures Report, check register. November, December, and there's check registers, payoff expense, payroll expenses, BMO credit card. No issues or concerns.
Lost your audio there, Sandy.
Be resolved that the board adopt the expenditures for the months of November and December 2024 as tabled. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Hickman, second by Bill. Any questions for council or for staff or here? No? All those in favor?
Aye.
Carried.
Okay. 4A2, Incorporated Towns Payment Activity Report, dated January 9th. No questions or concerns at the committee level. Any questions by anyone for staff?
Hearing none, Sandy.
4A3, Asset Management Plan Update.
Yeah.
Such as the full schedule of the board's assets. So now it's a matter of putting together the plan. So that's really just the beginning, and there will be a further update next month. And nothing more to add on that, anyone? Okay. I'm sorry, guys, if it's loud. 4A4, purchase of replacement pickup truck for Whitburn. And the briefing materials are there, the package. We reviewed the information. 4 quotes were tabled from different retailers, and we were pleased with the price, actually. So this replaced a 2016 Dodge Ram pickup that was in service in Whitburn. So I'll make the motion that the board purchase one 2024 GM Sierra 1500 pickup truck from Terra Nova Motors for $63,033.20, including HST. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Hickman, second by Councillor Ellsworth. Any
questions?
I have a quick question, if it's possible. Can you guys hear me?
Yep. Go ahead,
Tom. I know the purpose of this truck, as I understand it, is it to pull trailers? Is that to go around and pick up waste? Is it?
No,
No, we don't do curbside waste collection.
no, it's one of the workers would use that, Tom, for going around, you know, doing different things. It does pull the trailer on occasion if we get stuck on something, but generally it's used for going from site to site. Tires, recycling, yeah.
I was just curious whether we had inquired into an electric one, if that was even considered.
Not at this time, no.
Okay. Very good. Carry on.
Any other questions?
Okay,
All those in favor?
all right.
Contrary? Carried? Carry on, Sandy.
Operation contract extension. The materials are there for you in your package. And it's the only one that we have operated by an external contractor. And it's fairly reasonable cost, as the contractor is responsible for all removal of waste materials as well as operating costs like light maintenance, etc. And staffing.
Councillor Hickman?
He's just in.
Yeah, we're going to, I think we're going to defer that one to the next meeting.
Oh, sorry, that's right. Forgot about that. Never mind.
Just for the benefit of the board, the CAO and the director had a chat on that earlier today, and there's some issues with the contract and some of the compliance issues. So we've asked the chair to defer it to their next meeting. So we'll bring it back to the table when we're ready to bring that one forward.
Yeah.
We have a contractor to bring the site into compliance within 5 business days. If that's done, then we'll proceed with the extension next month. If it's not done, I guess then we go to market, look for a new operator.
We do have some time on this, so it's not
Yeah.
not crucial. Thank you.
All right, sorry about that. I didn't catch the scratched out lines there. 4A6, final point here this time. Trinity Bay South, Trinity Bay Center multi-stream waste collection contract extension. Not unlike any other extensions that the board has adopted in the past. The committee was pleased with the price, did not see any reason not to extend this contract. So be it resolved that the board extend the Trinity Bay South, Trinity Bay Center multi-stream waste collection contract beginning October 1st, 2025 for 12 months in the amount of $318,435, including HST. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Hickman, second by Councillor Antle. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Contrary?
Aye. Aye. Thank you, sir. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Sandy. Appreciate it. Have a good evening.
I'll hang in for a while.
All right. Next up, we have our Strategy and Policy Committee. The chair of that committee is Councillor Tilley from the Conception Bay South, home of the new recreation facility. Home of the Community Lifestyle Center. Community Lifestyle Center. Can't wait to hear about it later on tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Following our minutes from our meeting number 97 held on January 15th. No motion, very short. Some updates. Thank you, Sandy, for them.
On and off.
Trying for 20 years. Agenda item 4B1, electrification of the Renews Capital waste recovery facility. The Renews Capital site was the last waste recovery facility to be electrified, and we're pleased to report that this has now been completed. All of our waste recovery facilities that remain open over the winter have now been electrified. Any questions for staff?
I just want to make one comment, Gerard, that I appreciate the patience of the people from up the Southern Shore, and I know Jason's working hard on it as well. It was a long road on that particular facility, so having that done was a bit of a load off all of our minds, wasn't it, guys?
Definitely.
So it was good to get them all done. Thank you for bringing that forward.
Agenda item 4B2, implementation of user access cards at waste recovery facilities. The implementation of access cards at our waste recovery facilities continues, and all site attendants who work at these sites have been provided training for these cards. Currently, staff report that they have received more than 700 applications for the cards, and they continue to receive on average 30 applications per day. We are pleased with this response. Staff continue to work through the application approval process, and cards are being mailed out. These cards become mandatory as of April 1st. Any questions for staff?
No questions, Gerard, but just some clarification. And if you follow social media at all in some of the smaller towns, unfortunately, some of us do, There is still some confusion as to what these cards are, and I would encourage anybody who's out there looking for one of these cards to reach out to the office and clarify, like, there's no fee for these cards. There's a whole bunch of things that are being said that are still true, which is social media these days. But again, if you have questions, feel free to reach out, or if you get a call, direct them to the office and they can certainly answer any questions. Thank you.
Agenda item 4B3, water well at Clarendon Transportation. At the committee meeting, it was reported that the water well at Clarendon Transportation has been completed. As you may recall, this past fall, we were waiting for the correct pump for the well. The pump has arrived and was installed. At that point, we thought all was completed. However, the well installer reports issues with the electrical system at the Clarendon Transfer Station that is causing issues with the operation of the pump. The electrical system that was installed when the transfer station was constructed is not fully phased for commercial operations. This has been confirmed by an independent electrical contractor. The well installer is currently providing non-potable water to the facility and continues to work to get the pump fully operational with the current electrical system. This is expected to be completed any day. So, any update?
So they were there yesterday and today working,
Okay.
and we expect it to work on Monday.
We will wait for data for it. Any more questions on water well, Clarendon Transfer Station? Hearing none, we'll move on. Agenda item 4B4, security cameras at the Harbour Grace Waste Recovery Facility update. Materials are included in tonight's meeting package. The board continues to look for ways to install security cameras at all of our waste recovery facilities. In late summer and fall of 2024, trail cameras were tested at the Harbour Grace site to help determine the impact of wind on materials at the site. Trail camera test project was successful in that it demonstrated that there is little wind blowing debris leaving the site, and most materials being caught in the berms or just around the perimeter of the site where the board staff cleans up materials regularly. In late 2024, the board purchased cameras that were both solar powered and cellular data capable. These will be installed, and if they work successfully, further units will be purchased and installed. Each of these cameras has a cellular chip that can transmit to the operations team. Staff will continue to assess cell phone signal boosters at sites, and will continue to research what camera system will work best at the board sites. Any questions for staff on that? Hearing none, we'll move along. Agenda item 4B5, guidelines for deactivating access cards for non-compliant users. Staff requested guidelines to address non-compliant users of the board's waste recovery facilities. Over the past year, we have seen an increase in the severity of incidents at these sites and have had multiple staff report verbal abuse and threats of physical assault from members of the public. One site was closed for multiple days, while another site was closed for 12 hours due to users who were verbally abusive and threatening staff. The police had to be called in both instances. It's important to note that the board is responsible for the safety of the staff, so it's necessary to ensure that guidelines are in place. The committee discussed the guidelines as tabled, but requested that staff make several changes for the consideration at the February committee meeting. This item will be brought back to the board once the committee has finalized its work. Any questions for staff? Hearing none, we'll move along. Agenda item 4B6, the legal dumping, time to change the message. Briefing materials are included in tonight's meeting package. Illegal or indiscriminate dumping is defined as the unlawful disposal of waste in undesignated spaces such as open or vacant land, sources of water, or other areas. Board members continue to express concern about illegal dumping in the eastern region, as it is a significant issue for our communities. Industry experts identify three primary factors that contribute to illegal dumping: inadequate government support, rapid population growth, urbanization, and poverty. And thirdly, irregular garbage collection. Neither of these fit the eastern region, so why do we continue to see so much illegal dumping? The recommended course of action is to address illegal dumping and to change behavior with public awareness, education, and enforcement. In the eastern region, those who illegally dump their garbage are aware that is wrong. Therefore, enforcement is necessary to change behavior. In both committee and board meetings, members have reiterated comments they hear publicly that are erroneous and not accepted by industry as reasons for illegal dumping, such as garbage ending up in the woods because of the waste recovery facility was not open at the customer's convenience, or garbage is being illegally dumped in the woods because no curbside collection in the area. Comments such as these are wrong, and the narrative must stop if we are to effect real change in the public's attitude and behavior towards illegal dumping. It is important for all of us to understand the reasons for illegal dumping and to stop providing those irresponsible individuals who will legally dispose of their waste with the excuse to continue their abhorrent behavior. Any questions or concerns with that?
The only comment I make there, Gerard, is illegal dumping is a problem right across the island. And it's right across the country, actually, because we've met with Cape Breton, we've met with Yellowknife. I mean, there's everywhere you go in this country, there's a problem with people who just decide they want to throw stuff in the woods because they're too lazy to take it to the proper facility, you know, and to sit back, and sometimes we, you know, Lynn and I go to meetings and get blamed that the regional service boards are to blame for this thing, and I just look at it and go, yeah, people are just too lazy to go in online and look at the website and say, what are the hours of operation? I mean, you just, you know, it's pretty simple stuff. I don't understand why people still do it in this day and age. I mean, I know there's a few avid outdoor people here that travel back in the woods. I know, Jason, you're a snowmobiler, and I'm sure you've seen it back 50 kilometers. You kind of shake your head and go like, why would you go to that much effort? So it fascinates me when we hear that it's our fault or the fault of government or the fault of somebody, you know, towns or municipalities.
You go through that much effort to dump it 20 kilometers in the woods.
Yeah.
Probably the nearest transfer station is less than that. I don't get it, but.
And our hours of operation haven't changed in 15 years? 16 years. I mean, it's online. It's not like it's not like every week they're changing.
No,
Councillor Nosey, I think I saw you on television there, what was that, a couple of weeks ago? An illegal dump site in the center of the city, you know, or just north part of the city. I mean, it's fascinating that what people continue to do this. I blows my mind, but anyway.
Yeah.
But I hope at some point in time in the next few months, we'll have a program in place that we can actually find these people, catch them, find them, and teach a lesson to anybody who's thinking about doing it. So sorry, I had to go on a little rant there.
That's it from me, strategy and policy.
Can I ask a question? You guys have a lot of experience with this. Do we know anecdotally if it's reduced at all since the different regional collection facilities were created?
I don't think so. I don't,
Yeah.
industry and all the research I've done does not support access to waste disposal sites as an excuse for or reason for illegal dumping. And we got to stop thinking that way. Responsible people will look up the hours of the RDO and bring the materials there or the facility is in operation. And so it's not access to sites. We have 10 facilities right throughout the eastern region that provide easy and free access, the same as the RDO, to get rid of bulk waste. People choose to take their waste and throw it on public spaces or in the woods or on our beaches. And it's a conscious decision, and they know they're doing wrong. They don't do it in the middle of the day. They go, and, you know, it's a covert operation. Or if they do it in the middle of the day, they go way back in the woods where people would normally be. So I think, yeah, that's the point, I think, of that brief note was, and the whole discussion at committee was, we really got to start changing the message around illegal dumping and putting the blame or the responsibility for it back on the perpetrators. It's not the city's fault. It's not government's fault. It's not the board's fault. It's the person who actually does that behavior.
Or the person who witnesses it and doesn't report it.
And that.
And Lynn, you and I and Christy were on Bell Island there last year
Mhm.
and watched somebody illegal dump into an illegal dump site with the town CAO and two employees, and they did nothing about it at the time. And I don't think it was ever
There was nothing ever happened, nothing. We followed up on that one, because of course we did place a report, and nothing, there was no consequences.
But Tom, to answer your question, I don't know if it's reduced any. I think it's shifted a little bit as to what I see dumped now. Like one time it was everything, now it seems to be more big bulk items, I think. You know, it's more washers and dryers and furniture and that kind of stuff.
Are the MSBC?
Maybe.
Can you answer that? No?
No,
Okay.
so, sorry, we don't have any statistical information.
Sorry. From strategy and policy.
Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you, Gerard. Good discussion, yeah. It's something that needs to be had more often, I think. Tonight's governance committee, Kevin McDonald's not with us tonight, so Councillor Bruce is going to bring the report. Thank you for stepping up.
Thank you. So agenda, this is from meeting 97 that was held on January 22nd. Agenda item 4C1, CRA statement of account. The quarterly statement of accounts for the board's payroll deductions is included for members' information and review. Statement in tonight's meeting package is for the third quarter of 2024. Committee noted that the board incurred a penalty for late payment due to a staff error when inputting the payroll remittance numbers. The error was corrected, however, CRA applied a penalty. The statement of account for the fourth quarter will be tabled when received. All payments for the fourth quarter were submitted correctly and on time. Any questions?
There none? No.
Agenda item 4C2, Workplace NL Reports 2024 Incidents and Issues. Copies of the Workplace NL reports are included in tonight's meeting package. For 2024, there was one claim with time and wage loss costs reported for an employee who slipped and fell and was injured. The incident occurred in July and the employee continues to be off work. There was one more Workplace NL incident reported where an employee had a piece of glass cut through their boot and lacerated the side of their boot. It's their foot, sorry. However, there was no time or lost wage reported for this incident. The board's 2025 assessment information shows an increase of 4% in the board's workplace NL premiums for this year because the board meets occupational health and safety practices and manages its claims appropriately. The board continues to be eligible for the prime refund. Any questions?
Nope.
Agenda item 4C2, Board Professional Development Opportunities for 2025. Briefing materials are included in tonight's package for meetings packet for your review. Committee discussed the list of professional development opportunities and determined the board should continue to look at. Number one, the Local Government Reimagined Conference being offered by the International City County Management Association, or ICMA. Committee awaits the agenda for this conference before making its decision. And number two, the Solid Waste Association of North America, SWANA, Northern Lights Chapter Annual Conference being held in Winnipeg, June 11th to 13th. The board attended this conference in 2023 and found the topics to be relevant, especially for the service delivery in remote and smaller communities. One of the topics identified for this year's conference is illegal dumping, so it may be beneficial for the board to participate. The committee awaits publication of the conference agenda before making its decision. And the third one is the Conference of Canadian Municipalities Annual Conference and Trade Show taking place in Ottawa from May 29th to June 1st. The board participated in this event in 2024 and found it valuable. The committee awaits the conference agenda before making its decision. More information will be brought forward to the board as it becomes available. Are there any questions?
Nope.
Agenda item 4C4, Joint Council's Report. A brief note is included in tonight's meeting package. The board continues to provide administrative support to the Northeast Avalon Joint Councils and Southern Shore Joint Councils. The Southern Shore Joint Council met last Thursday, January the 9th. The lack of broadband and cellular service was discussed as a major issue in the area. So the Joint Council has agreed to reach out to Bell Alliant along with their local MHA and MP to request a meeting and discuss the matter further. The SSJC are scheduled to meet again on Thursday, February the 9th, February the 6th. The Northeast Avalon Joint Council continues to meet on the second Wednesday of every month, with their last meeting held on Wednesday, January the 8th. The Northeast Avalon Joint Council's annual general meeting was held on the same meeting as a regular monthly meeting with an election of officers taking place. The results are as follows. Chair is Councillor Isabel Fry of Montclair. Vice Chair, Deputy Mayor Kimberly Street of Paradise, and Treasurer, who was previously the Treasurer, is Deputy Mayor Andrea Gass of Conception Bay South. Then the NEAJC continues to discuss an urban transit system. The provincial government is working with Metrobus and plans to provide a presentation to the board, to the committee when the details become available. Next meeting will take place on the evening of Wednesday, February the 12th. And are there any questions?
Nope.
This concludes my report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Bruce. Just jumping back to the professional development. Larry, you still on FCN? Yeah. Okay, you and Sheila, right? I think represent, right. Okay. So I'm assuming the agenda is going to be going in this year. Yeah. So, okay. Appreciate that. And Christy, the SWANA conference, is it us that's proposing the illegal dumping topic? I know you were talking to the CAO of the organization, but
When there was a ask for pertinent topics, I did suggest that.
yeah, okay. So it will be good for us to show up with what you're doing. Okay.
I think she's even looking, or that association, or even looking for study tour opportunities that could be of interest to us.
Good.
So.
Thank you again. Where are we here? Correspondence. Did have some emails from MHA, Sherry Gavin Walsh regarding our service delivery on a couple of areas in her
Side roads off.
side roads off Summerline, which we still don't do.
No.
And there was another question I think she had there, but you'll see that in your package, I'm assuming, if you want to be.
It's all been responded to and taken care of.
Yep. Any new business, Lynn? All right, round table, we'll start. Charles, can you have 7 items or 8 items on your agenda? So everybody knows Charles, so you can introduce yourself anyway, and for the newcomers.
Thank you for the opportunity to provide an update again tonight. So I'd like to start with some really good news. So just reiterating the previous announcement on January 15th, we provided a sponsorship to candidates for $500,000 for the sustainable program. We're really happy about that. That program includes waste management, production, and diversion, public education, awareness, data collection, benchmark, from the ERSB candidate team, and helping them develop a program that's going to make the plan of the St. John's particular, but really great for these games. So we're focused on that. And that's on top of the $60,000 sponsorship we gave to Land Labrador Summer Games last year to Bay Roberts. They contributed to the first ever sustainability program for the Land Labrador Games. So we don't discontinue. We just recently joined MNL's Tomorrow Towns Partnership Committee. So if you're familiar with the program, I'll just do a quick update. The program to help rural municipalities address key challenges by building on local assets, on social and environmental sustainability. It's a small group there. Everyone asked to participate. I'm happy to share our knowledge and skills. And we look forward to providing insights for waste reduction and public education. For all towns or any town that's interested through this unit. We've got a couple of marketing campaigns out there. If you haven't seen them, I'll draw your attention to them. We've got a Get Refund Ready campaign. I don't know if you've seen our ads on social media. One of the challenges that our new people face is material that appears that's contaminated. We call it contaminated. There's caps on, there's straws inside, contains blue bag, curbside material, etc. So we've got a very strong and focused campaign out there to help people understand that if you want your refund, get refund ready, reduce the amount of contaminations in your bag. We also got a tire recycling campaign out there, and that's to focus on our new facility and coastal tire recycling in CBS. And really we want to bring attention to the fact that we're producing a crop that's suitable for civil engineering. So that's TDA or tire derived aggregate. So if there's anybody in the ERSB or towns want to understand more about the use and value of tire derived aggregate, we're happy to help you with that as well.
Charles, how many tires are they taking out of the system now? You know, any idea? $500,000 a year. So we should truck them away one time?
We used to send those back.
Wow.
So that was very difficult, very expensive.
Yeah.
And challenging because we didn't have an export permit. Yeah. So our regional waste management forum is taking place. The original plan was May 29th, 30th, but that's FCN. So we're going to be rescheduling that. But this is an important event that we hold every year. We invite the regional service boards. And I have from all the districts, even those who don't have boards in place, and representatives as well. We talked about the challenges, not opportunities for waste management conference. It's a great event. You've been participating.
We have been there.
It's the roundtables there are very good. And the focus is not only on issue identification, everybody can identify a problem, but we focus on opportunities for addressing issues. Solutions is the focus. Our compost bin distribution program. So every year we put a solicitation for communities to purchase compost bins from us at a very discounted price. That the conference mission was closed last Friday. So anybody who's submitted will be hearing from us in due course. And by the way, if there are those who have participated in the past, and feel like there's changes that need to be made to the program, always open for any kind of debate on how we can make the program better. Again, right now, it's the only avenue that we have out there to address the county waste problems. Our community waste diversion program, so following the M&L event that we highlighted, the community waste diversion fund, we had a lot of participation, a lot of applications this year, so it was great. I have to thank M&L for their participation in helping us get the word out. So all those, we've done the evaluation on those, and they're currently under review now to get ready for our approval process. I think we have a solid waste program as well. We have some great projects out there from the private sector that are making tremendous headway in reducing the amount of waste going to the landfills that would that now get otherwise used for recycling efforts. So that's what I did.
Thank you very much, sir. Good update.
Mhm.
Amazing with those tires.
Any questions?
Yeah. Any questions or comments from online or in the room?
That tire is dead where they use it still.
Yes.
Shred it.
So
I've seen it on.
it's a lightweight.
We've actually got an area just across there from the. I actually stopped them. We don't.
Yeah, not gonna use that foundation.
Good.
So there's no issues with like here, like with reverse contamination and stuff, but I was wondering, I've seen it used, I know there's places in Blackrock, there's. They use quickly.
Yeah, well, it's usually by one tires and graphics. As long as you wrap them in a geotech fabric and keep the soil a little bit, it makes for that great work and drainage. Actually, it's very good.
It'll last forever. Any other questions? Comments? Hearing none. Tom, you got anything to add in?
Yeah, now been an eventful week for us down here. Just a quick highlight. My wife and I were we were down to Boston for a medical appointment, and we were in a bad vehicle accident in a shuttle bus. Fortunately, I'm okay, but my wife got beat up pretty good, but we're on the mend. So I'm just really thankful that it wasn't worse for her. So I just wanted to put it out there. You never know. Wear your seatbelts when you're in shuttle buses if they're available. I tell you, you think you're indestructible in a bus, but if there's a seatbelt, put it on.
Thank you. Sorry to hear about the accident. Hopefully you're on the mend.
Thank you.
Craig, you got anything?
Just to say that I'm in Toronto with the Canadian Association of Municipal Administrators, the executive leadership program, and it's been an incredible first couple of days. I got a couple more days to go, but to listen to some of the CAOs talk about what they've done through like mass shootings or wildfires that wiped out half the town, it's been interesting, to say the least.
Can't wait to hear all about it. Bring a report back to the board. Glenn, you got anything there, Glenn? No? No? Sandy?
Nope, all clear here.
Right. Hilda? No, all good? Can't hear you, Hilda.
All good in the hood.
All good in the hood, all right. Thank you. All right. Okay, Bill? Bert? You got those, come on. Let's hear all about it.
I'm sure everyone's after hearing about it already. No, the town made a significant investment in partnership with the provincial government yesterday on a 100,000 square foot care dome community lifestyle center for Conception Day itself. So
Well done.
very, very excited to see it come to fruition. It's been a couple of years. We've been bantering back and forth a ton of different options, and of course, believe it or not, the old style brick and mortar buildings these days are a hell of a lot more expensive than what we're doing here, and timelines for completion are like almost half of what a normal building would be. So we're excited. I think right just off the top of my head now, it's a full size artificial turf for soccer, rugby, baseball, frisbee, you name it. Even if you want to just get out and run around, 3 basketball courts, 6 volleyball courts, 2 pickleball courts. Walking track around the exterior, so plus there's a 5,000 square foot community space here as well. So we are certainly looking forward to that, and of course, as we're down to over I guess, ownership of the main river library representation center. And, it's gonna be shut down for a couple months, so we're doing a big study on what we want for it, but we've certainly got some good ideas in the future for that.
It's a great facility.
Great facility, sure.
Gary, what's the lifespan on the, it's because it's one of these dome, right? What's the lifespan?
I'll be honest, Steve, I'm not too sure, but I mean, the lifespan from what I've been told is just with any
Any
regular.
regular building?
We just replaced the bubble on the Greenbelt.
Okay.
So the Greenbelt was built in 80s. And so about 30 years.
Very good.
It'll get tested by the wind up there. but-
I know. It might be down top when you're finished.
No, we, as part of this whole process, we actually visited like-minded facilities in a couple of different areas.
Yeah.
Who have just as much, if not more snow than us, so.
Yeah.
They no issues whatsoever. I think these can withstand up to 200 kilometers an hour. I'll let you know how they tested that, but. Withstand as well. But, we're certainly looking forward to it, and then, of course, again, it's a regional lifestyle center, so. We're gonna welcome you.
No, it's well needed up in CBS. I'm a resident there now, and I know it's been on the books for a long, long time. So I'm glad to see you guys getting done. That's awesome.
Slowly chipping away at this, we wanna get done.
Yeah. Good stuff. Carol, Christy.
This week, Workplace NL is providing, workshops every day on psychological health. And I've been fortunate enough to attend two, and I have two more to go. And, it's part of, I guess, our interest in continuing to provide safe workplaces for employees, not only physical, but also psychological.
That's good training. Lynn.
No, not the same, Mr. Chair.
Holly.
Board members in the room, please see me before you leave. And that's it.
Your Lord Worship, Mayor Breen.
No, nothing for me.
Nothing?
You want to talk about the Muse Center? I mean, that's an awesome facility. I drive by it on a fairly regular basis.
Not talking about it.
No,
Listen,
you know,
you
it
get
is,
delays on these things. It's
you know, we were going through the commissioning on the
Yeah,
building,
yeah.
and there was a problem with the
heat system.
with the heating and cooling system.
Yeah.
And so it was identified by our staff, was repaired, and the repair wasn't suitable according to the staff's evaluation. So we were scheduled to take possession of the building on Friday, and we won't be doing that. And as I explained today, it's just like when you buy a house.
Yep.
If you go into that final inspection and
It's not right.
it's not right, you just make sure it's right before you take possession. Yep. All right. So it's unfortunate. It has been delayed longer than it should have been, but there was COVID. We started it during COVID. There was those supply chain problems that we had in getting steel, and then there was a labor shortage, and so it was a but on the positive side of it, it was paid for out of gas tax money from the federal government, so we have no debt on the building when it is up and running, and we still have the Muse Center to get us through until that one opens. So
It's going to be quite a facility from what it looks like.
it is. It's a beautiful facility.
forward
I
to going
mean,
to
it's
that.
frustrating for us because we want the public to be able to see it and enjoy it, but we're patient and we're going to get it right, and then people will be able to enjoy it for a long time.
Absolutely. No, that's good. Joe. Jason.
I just want to thank for news for the electrification. That's a big thing. Helps a lot of people. Took away a lot of phone calls from later.
I mean, a lot of phone calls, a lot of meetings, wasn't it, Jason?
Joint effort and appreciation. Thanks for all the help. And I would just want to thank Holly for helping with the coordinating on the meetings for the Southern Shore Joint Council as well.
Yep. Awesome. Ron.
Mark.
Rod.
We had a great meeting on Monday night down in Harvard Grace about communities coming together to try and revitalize the joint council.
Good news.
So despite the weather, it was messy and uneven, well attended. Missed you, Glenn. Probably see it some other time, but there was an agreement that the real regime will get this approved ultimately.
Good news.
So we're gonna be coming together at the end of the month. And before you know it, I guess we'll have some invoices out to the tenants.
Awesome. Good news. Very good news. And congratulations, I think is a little bit, Nora. I don't know if I'm speaking that term, but I heard you had some good news regarding your health.
Me, myself.
Yes. Only because you headed up, I think it might have been LinkedIn.
You might have seen something about that.
Yeah.
Supposedly I'm cured.
Yeah, it's cancer free.
Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff.
Yeah. No, I read that and I thought it was worthy of a mention tonight. So congratulations. Good, that's really good news. From a guy I went to school with, so we spent a long time together. So I know. And the newest and greatest councillor for the city of St. John's, Ward 3. You're last, but certainly not least.
Best word in the city too.
Well, you're gonna have a fight outside after that.
No, looking forward to working and getting it all. So reach out anytime, I keep myself available as best as possible, and I really do, and of course, it's no longer.
Good stuff. Full board. I don't have anything to add in tonight. I don't think, Lynn, am I supposed to mention anything tonight? No?
Next meeting,
Next meeting, sorry.
and the location says it's to be determined, but it's actually going to take place here.
Back here, same time, same place next month. Next month, we're hoping to have a couple of guests in. Along with Charles, if he can make it. We'll have one or two presentations actually, so it's something that for 2025, that we're gonna try and do a little bit more of, is bring in some industry experts and bring them in, sort of give us some of their knowledge, share some of their pearls of wisdom. Because Charles is doing such a wonderful job. We're just carrying it on from there, Charles. You've raised the bar for everybody. Motion to adjourn. Dread and Lord Worship Mayor Breen. Thank you all, folks. See you later on the screen there.
Cheers.
Good night, everyone.